Welcome everyone to Mustangs on the Mic. This week is Admin Takeover, so let's go see what the admin had to say this week. Let's head over to John with our first admin.
This week I interviewed Mr. Klasna for Admin Takeover. What do you want the community to know about the school right now?
All right, yeah, so Casey Klasna here, superintendent of school district. What do I want the community to know about the school right now? There's several things. I'll hit on a few topics here I got written down. I guess the first one I'd like to talk about is our space issue that we're experiencing in the high school right now, just a lack of classroom space. The last school board meeting, the school board did purchase a portable classroom that sits outside the west side of the high school gym in the parking lot, kind of between the VOTEC and the high school gym. It's a 30 by 30 unit, and that will be utilized for our world language classes as well as psychology, and in additional classes maybe such as health enhancement. So that's been one big development we've had recently. We are out of space, as we know, and that is one way of fixing that for right now. So that will be ready to go second semester. Now second semester, it will be right when we come back from Christmas break. The end of the semester is right before Christmas break, so that's a little bit of a difference than we've had in the past. So our kids will hopefully be in that unit in right after the first of the year. A couple things we have to do now is put some stairs to it. It's all set up. We need Northwest Energy to hook power into it. It looks like that's on schedule to be done by second semester. So that's one big thing that we're doing. Another thing I want to talk about is our staffing. That's always the big topic of any school, is staffing. I think in my last segment that we are in pretty good shape staffing wise, except for bus drivers again. We are getting closer to having another person certified to be a bus driver. With the new federal guidelines a couple years ago, that's made it a little harder for us, but we're on track. We are short bus drivers. We have one contracted driver right now, which is also our transportation director. Everybody else is a sub, so we sub routes when we can. A lot of our times our subs aren't available, which then poses the concern of canceling a route here and there. Not what we want to do, just something that we have to do. So getting closer on that. Also, we need some kitchen help. We did have a gentleman move back home here about a month ago, and we are still short about 20 hours in the kitchen as a kitchen helper. So we encourage people to apply for that. So otherwise, staffing is in good shape. Our teachers are filled, all our teacher positions are filled, custodian positions filled, coaching filled, just lacking those drivers and those kitchen helpers. I want to talk a little bit about our website. We have been having technical difficulties as far as our Google Calendar syncing with the school website. Those issues are being fixed as we speak, so we apologize if that created any inconvenience. We want to communicate with our community to the fullest extent, so we're working on that right now. School board meeting in December has been changed from December 13th. Now next Wednesday, December 13th, is our Christmas concert here at the high school, so we encourage you to attend that if you can. And then the school board meeting will be the next day, December 14th at 5:30. Agendas will be posted online at the schoolhouse doors and at the post office. So anybody ever has any question on the agenda, please contact us at the school and we will help you through that. Another big thing at our school is school safety and security. That's something that we meet about quite often, and we address the board with those safety concerns and what we're doing. There's no emergency right now, but we are on top of our safety procedures and drills. One thing that we have found in our school and throughout the community and just schools in general is just the vapes that are going on in our schools right now. Just in general, big problem in the communities we know, and it could spill over into schools. So we have put vape detectors in our bathrooms that will detect any type of vape product, and it would alert the administration on kind of a timestamp. And we also have a surveillance camera outside to see who's been in and out. So not that we're trying to catch anybody, we're trying to keep our schools clean and keep that out of there. So that's one new development just lately, and I'm going to be getting more correspondence out to families on that. Other than that, that's about all I have right now. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to this class and to John here, so appreciate that. And my door is open, and call anytime, and go Mustangs.
Thank you, Mr. Klasno.
Thanks, John. Now let's go over to the interview with Miss Newman. So what's been going on with your department with finals upcoming?
Yeah, well, things are super busy. We do have finals coming up in 3 weeks. So semester tests will start on the 18th. That's a Monday. And kids will have 1 through 1, 3rd, and 5th period for Monday. We are going to be regular classes on Tuesday just because we have kids that are gone for BPA and basketball. So we'll go back to our final schedule on Wednesday with periods 2, 4, and 6, and then on Thursday with periods 7. One thing I do want kids to know is on Monday and Wednesday they will be done by 2:10. And on Thursday they'll be done by 9:30 as long as they have all of their tests completed and everything done for their teachers. So if they have a way to make up some transportation and all that stuff without having to wait for buses, I just want them to be thinking about that before we get in. But hopefully kids are studying, meeting with their teachers if they need to, and preparing for that.
All right, so is there anything that students should be looking out for before or after break?
Yeah, so we have a few things coming up. So obviously we've got basketball going, we got wrestling and speech, drama, and debate, which everybody's doing really good. Wrestling and basketball just started their seasons pretty much with games, but speech, drama, and debate is doing super well. So that's going to be keeping kids pretty busy going up into the holidays and getting them prepped for their finals. But I want kids to know that we have a busy few weeks coming. So next Wednesday is going to be the concert for the music kids. So we'll have K through 4 earlier at 6, but at 7:30 is when grades 5 through 12 will be doing their concert. So I really encourage everybody to come in and support the kids that are in the choir and band classes as much as they come and support the kids that are in basketball, because it's a phenomenal concert, and Mrs. Zucker does a great job. Thursday next week we have Shakespeare in the Schools, and that's going to be at 10 o'clock on Thursday, and they're going to present As You Like It. And I do want to give a shout out to the Ennis Arts Association because they help give us some money to bring Shakespeare in the Schools to us, because it does cost money, so it's nice to have that cost share going. But the juniors and seniors will have workshops in the afternoon after that, and yeah, it's just always a fun time to do Shakespeare. That's about what we have coming up. Junior high did have their first dance last week, so that's always fun for them. And I believe BPA is planning a dance for January, so something for the high school kids to look forward to as well. Coming up after break, we're going to have an interesting switch in our schedule. And so that first week we will go Friday just because we come back to school on a Wednesday. That gives us those 3 days. But after that, we're going to have our Fridays off from school. And so I'm thinking the kids in basketball and all of that are really going to get a lot from having those Fridays off because they won't be missing as much school. And also our teachers that are coaching, it's going to help out with them missing school as well. So that's a big change that's coming up next semester. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes, and see what we get from it, good and bad. Yeah, I think that's about all I have. It's going to be a quick 3 weeks, and I know the kids have to stay on top of everything because it's going to go fast and furious, and finals are going to hit us before we know it. So hopefully everybody is staying on top of things and keeping their studies up, but it's going to be nice to get those done before break, and then you guys will have winter break where you just don't have to worry about a thing. So I'm hoping that's the case.
Thank you so much, Miss Newman.
You're welcome. Happy holidays.
Thanks, Miss Newman. Now let's head over to Ruby.
Our school counselor, Mr. Speck, gave the seniors some advice regarding scholarships and the end of the semester.
So, what's going on new or continuing to go on in the counseling world is, Jocelyn just came in and talked to the seniors about graduation stuff as far as caps and gowns, talked to the sophomores about class rings and class memorabilia. That was today. And then as far as things going on in the senior world or the scholarship world is, today I just got the Montana University System scholarship, which is a huge opportunity for the seniors. That'll be going out to the seniors tomorrow. And then there's some advisement in there for freshmen and stuff in the road that they should be taking, and things that they should be thinking about post-secondary or after high school. I'm going to advise, when I hand those out, I'm going to advise the seniors to be filling out the universal application for scholarships come second semester, just to free their load up, because Ennis has a ton of opportunities as far as scholarships go, and it can be kind of a burden that spring semester of senior year. So if we can kind of get started or start thinking about it or have an idea about what's going on, that'll be nice to have done before Christmas break, because right after Christmas break I'll be advertising them all, and most of them are due. A universal due date is due March 15th. But some of them have their own due dates. Some of them are April 15th. Those outside committee scholarships are kind of set their own dates. So scholarships are a big part. High school requirements right now. I've spent most of this week scheduling second semesters for all of our kids that'll be back, so not our seniors, all our kids that'll be back next year, setting their second semester schedule. Once I have that done, I'll be reviewing their high school requirements, calling kids in to tell them what they need to be taking and what they need to be doing as far as filling the Ennis High School requirements. And then once that's all done, I'll be working on junior high schedules and getting that all filled out. And I kind of already talked about this, but right after Christmas break is that spring semester of seniors career, I guess, high school career. That spring semester is there's a lot going on. If you're involved in sports, it's just an addition to what's going on. So got to be thinking about what we're doing after school, whether we're going to go into the workforce, whether we're going to go to a tech school, whether we're going to go get a certificate, or whether we're going to go to a 4-year school and try to get a bachelor's degree. There's a lot to be thinking about, and scholarships are a big part in aiding those seniors. And like I said before, Ennis has awesome opportunities for scholarships. So I will be advising seniors to do that, helping fill out applications and get those in on time. And other than that, it's kind of the normal everyday stuff. I still have my everyday calendar that I'm meeting with kids daily, and whether that's grades or academics or mental health or families. Sometimes Christmas can be a hard time of year, and so there's a lot of joy in the air, but sometimes there's a little bit of assistance that needs to be given to some of those kids that have some harder times.
Thanks, Mr. Speck. Back to you, Grace.
Thanks, Ruby. Now let's head over to Hannah.
Thanks, Grace. I interviewed Mr. Hilton today, and he'll share some insight about the elementary.
Thanks, Hannah. Just a few things from November that I'll touch on, and then I'll let everybody know about some upcoming events in December that I hope people kind of watch out for. November just really seemed to fly by with so many activities going on. Thanksgiving break taking kind of place at the end of the month there, so it just really flew by. But I'll touch on a couple of highlights. First of all, we had parent-teacher conferences on November 8th. Had a great turnout for that as usual. Just really appreciate parents coming in and connecting with teachers and visiting about their child's progress. Just really appreciate that. Also want to thank Stacy Croy for putting together a dinner for the staff that night. We really appreciate that as well. November 20th, we had the Kindy Native American program, which is always a lot of fun, and it's kind of a rite of passage anymore, it seems like, for kindergartners. So just really appreciate the job that they do at that, and Mrs. McKay for all the effort that she puts into that. We also had our Thanksgiving fall break, which was nice for students and staff to spend some time with family and friends and just have a few days to recharge. So that just kind of hits at a really nice time. Gives some people a little bit of a recharge for going into the next few weeks. Last week in November we had Donuts for Dear Ones, and that's just a great turnout, and it was this time as well. Just great to see so many family members come in and see all those students. Just happy to have those people come in with them, so that was a lot of fun. It always is, so appreciate that. Thanks for to the cooks and the staff that help with that. And then just want to give people a heads up of some things that are heading in as we head into December here. We have our K4 winter concert that is on December 13th at 6 p.m. And then we also have our 5th through 12th grade winter concert right after that at 7:30 p.m. So encourage the public to come and support our students. We're really excited for that. It's always a really good time
For sure.
Also, December 21st is our last day of school, so just a reminder of that for parents. Winter break will be from December 22nd to January 2nd, with school resuming on the 3rd. So just be aware of those dates as well. And I just want to ask parents to just kind of make sure their kids are dressed appropriately. We're going to get some winter weather at some point. I know we are. So just keep sending them with that snow gear. I sure appreciate that. So that's all I really have for this month's Takeover. Just want to wish everybody happy holidays.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah. Now let's head over to Ruby.
I spoke with our athletic director, Jordan Overstreet, about the athletic side of things at Ennis Schools. Let's see what he had to say. So you're the athletic director for the high school and junior high. Is there any new information you want to share?
It's going great. Speech and Drama has kicked off their season. They had their home meet in Ennis during Cat Grizz weekend. The kids did great. They excelled in all their competitions and are off to a great start. They will be in Helena this weekend for a huge meet. I look forward to seeing their success at that meet as well. Junior high girls basketball is about halfway done with their season. They're off to a great start. The 8th grade team has only lost one game, I think, this year. 7th grade has won a few. 6th grade has won a few. So that's been great. Basketball kicks off their weekend this weekend with their first regular season games in West Yellowstone. And then the girls varsity also plays at Manhattan Christian on Saturday. And then wrestling, they co-op with Three Forks, and they are in Cascade for their first wrestling meet as well. So it's been a busy fall, and the winter seasons are just kicking off, and has been super busy to start that as well.
Thanks, Mr. O, for keeping us all up to date. Back to you, Grace.
Thanks, Mr. Overstreet. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on Mustangs on the Mic. See y'all next time.